I think the things that have molded my life the most, especially like in my mom's situation, she was an immigrant and she was practically orphaned, raised by nuns in Guatemala, and she came through so much hardship to get here, and her goal was to give her family a better life. And so I really admire her courage. That was amazing, and I admire her compassion. Some of the trials that I've had, and you know, the pneumonia is an example of what I deal with all the time because I have Lyme disease. It's an autoimmune disorder, and I think in that journey, I've been able to learn how to look outside of myself. I think in the adversity, as I've been like, oh my gosh, there have been times I've wanted to just sit in fetal position and cry when I think about the challenges or my fears, you know, the things that I'm just worried about. And the time that I'm able to come through that is when I look outside of myself and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's got it way worse, you know. And being president of the Lyme Disease Association for Utah, there's so many people who have it worse. And that's given me an opportunity to give back. But I think the things that I've worked on the most, and I think God knew I needed 7 children to become a good mom and a lot of life experiences because it wasn't something that came naturally. I actually wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be in the military. And so it was a big surprise to me. And when I've been trying to develop motherhood qualities, I think the things that have been the hardest for me, but have been the best in molding what I do, is patience. And of course, that comes through trial and error. I think we've all worn the worst mother ever hat. There's so many times that I've felt like, oh my gosh, but you know what? None of us were born a mother. We, I think, are all mothers in embryo. I think probably like when we're like Mother Teresa and she's got, you know, her little veil and all of her credentials underneath her. I think she got where she was because of all of the mistakes she made. And so I think if you're making mistakes, if you're learning, then you're in the process of perfection. All of us are in our perfect state if we're doing our very best with what we have. And so just don't be hard on yourself. And just know your kids are way more forgiving of you than you are of yourself.